Hello, welcome to Crypto Insights, where we teach you about crypto. My name is Thomas, and I'm the host of this channel. In this video, we will focus on Celcius, which is a CeFi protocol, centralized finance. If you would like to know the whole process of Celcius and how it works, please go in the description below because I already created a video about Celcius earlier. In this video, we're gonna focus mostly on the problems that Celcius currently has, because there's a rumor that they're close to bankruptcy. There is also possible solutions that have been hitting the news for the last few days, and I want to put them all together in this video. I am myself a user of Celcius, and I really hope that they can find a solution for their problems. So with all of that said, let's jump into this week's video. So before we start this video, I want to be open and transparent with you. I currently still have a Celcius account, and I really hope that they will resolve this issue. I've also been promoting Celcius for the last year because I was a happy user until this all happened. So in this video, I really want to look deeper into how can Celcius get out of this, and can they get out of this? I was happy to never put all my eggs in one basket, and I will survive if Celcius goes down. So I really want to share with you that it's my pro tip: never put all your eggs in one basket. Always look for different options and diversify. So this is the Celcius website, celcius.network. Here it's numbers. So it's over 8.2 billion loans processed. It has 2 million community members, and it has 11, almost 12 trillion under assets. And since the withdrawals, swaps, and transfers between accounts are currently paused, this will stay the same or will increase, because what they still allow is deposits. But I don't think there is many users that want to deposit in a protocol that more or less is filing for bankruptcy. At least that's the rumor. Since now it's still a rumor because we don't have the exact numbers of what shortage in liquidity they have. So the problem with Celcius is that if at this moment they remove all the withdrawals and everyone wants to take their money out of Celcius, they don't have enough to pay us back. Because what Celcius actually does is they are doing DeFi for us. So CeFi is centralized finance that is doing the decentralized finance for us, the holders and the depositors in the accounts. So they're borrowing out our assets and they make more money on them than they pay to us. And the difference in profit goes to them. But what they have done, and which is really badly informed, is that they told us that the accounts would be low risk. So we would just have a flat interest rate on a stable coin. So a stable coin is supposed to be a low risk, but look at what happened to Terra Luna. And the other stablecoin should also be low risk, where we could have low risk 9% per year. So we have been lied to as users. So where did it all start for Celcius? Where the problem started coming? So Celcius CEO Alex Mashinsky said that the company lost money in their Badger DAO hack, which to specify the value of the losses. Some of the speculated earlier Friday that roughly 51 million was lost based on blockchain data. So they lost 51 million. Again, what is 51 million compared to the 12 trillion that they have in assets management? It seems a small mistake that can still be compensated. Then we look at the Celcius, who lost keys to 35,000 Ethereum tokens in Stakehound. So Stakehound is a third party. So on February 2nd, 2021, Celcius Network sent 35,000 Ether to Stakehound in a single transaction. According to Dirty Bubble Media, they suspected Celcius moved more Ether through Stakehound, since known Celcius wallets have at least 42,306 Stakehound staked Ethereum. So staked Ethereum is provided by Stakehound, making them the largest owner of the almost worthless coin. This is a loss of almost 71 million according to Ethereum prices as of today. So I have to explain that further. So what Stakehound does is that they stake for Celcius. So Celcius, the Ethereum that you deposit to Celcius, they deposit to Stakehound in order to get rewards and to share with us as users. But what has happened is that they have sent these Ethereum, and you get staked Ethereum back just to track, because the staked Ethereum, you can always swap back for the Ethereum. But as most of you know, Ethereum 2.0 is locked up until Ethereum 2.0 is releasing. So now Celsius holds staked Ethereum tokens that were given by Stakehound, which they could always return for Ethereum once Ethereum 2.0 is released. So they have these stake tokens, but Stakehound lost the private key to and the access to the wallet. So they are never able to return the Ethereum for the staked Ethereum that Celsius is holding. And therefore, they're calling the staked Ethereum that Celsius is holding a worthless asset, as Stakehound lost the private keys and can never pay the return. So Celsius made a lawsuit out of it, and they're still waiting on the outcome. So that is 71 million. So overall, they have lost for now 120 million of the users' money. This is less than 1% of the current assets that they're holding. So 120 million on 12 trillion is less than 1%. So how can they get out of this problem? How can they actually get out? We don't exactly know how much money they are missing. We just know that they're canceling withdrawals because they can't pay all of us users back. So one of the solutions was provided by Nexo, which is another platform, is said to be gearing up to offer Celsius a buyout plan. This is already from a week ago, and the deadline for this was actually the 20th, so 3 days ago, before the release of this video. But this plan will only cover some of the lending protocol's asset. It is said that buyout plan will only be available until the 20th of June, a week from now. So, as I stated, Nexo will be interested in buying out Celsius, taking all the customers. But since they didn't respond before the 20th, Nexo might not be the solution. But there might come another exchange or another CeFi protocol that is willing to buy out Celsius, or even partly, so that Celsius gets divided over the other protocols. So that is one of the solutions. The other solution is that the main investor of Celsius, which is Bank to the Future, has meanwhile offered to assist the firm by deploying financial innovation, similar to what's used to save crypto exchange Bitfinex, which is still around due to the solution. So Bitfinex turned to Anus Set Leo token in May 2019 to raise 1 billion, selling freshly minted tokens in an exchange to Tether USD stablecoin. To replace 850 million to the exchange lost to the Panama-based bank Crypto Capital. So what they've done is an ICO just to solve the liquidity issues that Bitfinex had at the moment. Currently, the Bank of the Future is not able to share with us what exactly will be their solution, but as long as Celsius confirmed it, they will come out and share this with us. So this is the second solution that is possible. The third solution is a solution that I'm not a big fan of, and that is because Celsius has appointed banking giant Citigroup to advise on possible solutions after the struggling crypto lender suspended customer withdrawals. So they're actually going to banks. You remember those banks that we try to actually replace? We shouldn't really offer a helping hand, but maybe this is a different situation and it's still very early. But in general, I'm not a big fan of trying to come up with an innovative product, which is cryptocurrency, and then going back to banks when we fail. That's not the way it works. So I hope for one of the first two solutions, or there might be a new solution coming up. So Celsius hired Citigroup as an advisor, but it's like Citi is going to take Celsius money off the balance sheet, one of the people said. They went to say that Citigroup was advising Celsius on a potential financing options. The investment bank also advises Celsius on deals such as that of rival Nexo. So they are just trying to look out for solutions, which is good to see, and also that it's communicated with us, because the worst thing that can happen is that a company like Celsius goes completely silent and doesn't communicate with us at all. The fact that Celsius might go to bankruptcy is still a rumor. We haven't seen the actual numbers, but of course, people are afraid. If they would remove the withdrawals and give people access to the withdrawals Of course, everyone is afraid and takes it off the exchange. The thing is, when something like this happens, will we trust Celsius again? Ethereum has been hacked. Ethereum we trust it in again. Most protocols that are hacked are learning from their mistake and come back. The only problem that, for example, Terra Luna had is that they couldn't stop the withdrawals. They couldn't stop people from being fearful. So that is what Celsius handled well in this moment. As you can see in this video, there is multiple solutions to the problem, but they're not really concrete. These are just partners that might be able to help out. So it worked with Bitfinex, doesn't mean it will work with Celsius. So let me know what you think in the comments, and I hope you really didn't put too much money into Celsius and you just put a small basket of your assets in there, and most of them, always keep them cold storage, because that's actually the safest way to store your assets. And I hope to see you next week. Bye.